Hey Doc.
Hello, 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 Moro.
Hello. How are you?
Good. We can start now.
Okay. Yes. All right. Before starting, you must focus Doc on the Rama and WhatsApp request on that ticket.
Okay.
So let's review the quickly the run deck and on the another stuff. But you must to be focused on Redis and the server setup. Let me share my screen
Okay.
to provide some guide guidance. How do you say guidance?
Mm.
So you can start working on that because Rama want you to take the lead of this. Give me a second. How to share my screen? Uh,
Of course. This time
Share.
I need your support a lot because it's the first time I try this project. So you have a lot of experience.
Yeah,
So
yes. But yeah, that is something that you will need to walk around about
mm,
the EC2 that we have, the VPC. It's not complicated.
mm,
You need to spend some time to do some reverse engineering here to understand everything. That is the stuff that I did when I started working here.
mm.
When I started working here on Opus 9, we don't almost zero documentation,
Oh,
and you can imagine also that there is some server that no one have access. um, I don't know. There
I,
was a lot of issues. So what I did, I was working around and log into the server to check what we have there, and so I started doing the documentation, fixing all the stuff, and checking how everything works. That is something that you need
yeah.
to sit down and spend time and walk around and
So you
testing.
did a great job, right?
Sorry, what?
You did a very good job there.
Yeah, but Opus 9 don't have a complicated infrastructure. Don't don't be scared because it's very simple. We have three VPC. The VPC is like a network.
Mm,
So production, dev, and staging, and the communication between production and staging, production and dev for the data refresh is doing the VPC peppering. That is something that I never read before, but I read how it work. I check how what's set up, and I learn. It's just to sit down and learn.
mm.
So you need only time and walk around. So what is the what up asking what up and Rama needs right now? What is the ticket? Do you remember the ticket number? Was one 111 one. Okay. All right. First, that today work on taking a look of the cost price
Yes.
for the Redis. I never see how Redis work, but check how is the service. Is another service like the RDS
Mm,
is another service that is a instance that the AWS have on their side
mm.
and have Redis installed. So it's something that a services, cloud services, how do you say it? A service in the cloud. I can't remember the name exactly, but it's like the RDS. RDS when MySQL installed and they provide the MySQL services. So it's the same for Redis.
Mm.
Take a look the price for Redis with a small instance, and also take a look the price for an instance for the EC2 instance, two EC2 instance because we need two server
Mm.
on production, two server on staging, and one load balancer. So today check the price of the monthly cost for 2 instance, a small one. Let's see an instance site with 2 GB of memory, or maybe 1 GB of memory, maybe a T2 micro, for example. A T2 micro, check how much money is monthly.
Mhm.
So do the calculation and see how much also is cost the load balancer, more or less, because it depends of the number of query, etc. But take some approach about how is the cost of this. And that's it. Create a Confluence page right now and put the title cost estimation, and put a table with the cost of the for server, 2 for station, 2 for pro, server with 1 GB of memory RAM, and the cost for the 2 load balancer, 1 for pro, 1 for station, and how much cost a cluster of Redis. So I don't know. Let me check right now. Redis price, AWS price. It will not be complicated. Select a cluster and it will provide the cost. It's not complicated. Let me see. Do you see?
Mhm.
Amazon Elastic pricing. So memory. I think we will need this one for now. So on demand, blah 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 blah. It's almost like exactly the same like RDS with MySQL. Okay, it's the same but with Redis installed. So take a look at the price and how is the cost for set up a cluster. Go to Redis, Elasticsearch. Okay, we don't have launch and cluster. Okay, it's very easy. Link to documentation of Redis. Read about the documentation and click on Redis. It's the first time that I am here. So great. You can start working on in memory data, blah blah blah. Cluster mode enable because we need a cluster. Let's see station description, blah 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 blah. Parametric group. Okay, this is default parametric group. Select the most small one. This one. Okay, do you see? It's not complicated. So
Yes.
what is that? Name, my subnet group, description, blah blah blah. The VPC. This is, I don't remember exactly which is one, but probably this is Dev, Station, and Pro. So if we want to test on Dev, right now do some tests on Dev. You can do all the tests that you want. Create a Redis, a cluster, and then delete it. Do a test to start having some knowledge of how work the Redis cluster. Always you can try on test. It's not a problem. Create a new one, test it, and then delete to don't spend too much money on testing. But you do all the tests that you want. For the subnet, I don't know. You must to select. I can't remember exactly which one, but if we want to communicate with Vienna, for example, you must to select the same subnet where is Vienna located. For example, if we want to do Vienna, dep Vienna, dep Vienna is in the VPC. Okay, this VPC 3B5. This is the VPC of DEP, and the subnet is 10, 20, 100. Security group, availability zone, here, subnet ID, 1BC3. So let's go here, 1BC3, and done. Test, advanced ready setting, slot and key space. I don't have an idea of this, but let's put the default one. Availability zone. If you chose availability zone, it will cost double because we are buying another availability zone. So check also the cost of having two availability zone also. There is a AWS price calculator. So take a look at that and see how it works. Simple monthly calculator. Use this one to do the costly monthly cost estimation. Amazon Elastic Cache, this is Redis. So here, select how many now, blah blah blah. The instance type, T2 small, $15. Do you see? No. And I don't know how what is this, but check also this. Maybe it's for the clustering. I don't know. So start here. Start doing the research of the cost here, and then we can work on the diagram, network diagram. That will be more or less simple because we need to put two servers, the connection with Redis, and the load balancer is just a diagram. So check also, we have on the Confluence page, on our Confluence page, a diagram. Check how was set up that diagram, and try to do something similar like that we have on the Confluence. Let me see if, let me check the diagram. I remember to see a web page about that. ET operation, VPC for the production environment. Acá está. Production VPC diagram. Okay. It's something like this. Copy this one and add another server here, another server with a load balancer. It's more or less the same like we have here.
Okay.
And connect to, this is the public ELB, and the internal server is here. Here it's very simple because we have a very simple network. So when you have the cost estimation, make the diagram, do some space here. I don't know how to modify this. Add the fourth server and the load balancer with the connection with Redis. So that's it. It's not complicated. Also, I have a question. Okay, Redis is the only thing that you need to do is create the cluster, and then Rama and whatever will start working on Redis, because you need to set up the instance, and Waraf and Rama will work on that. So we only need to set up this, and the server ask Waraf and Rama what do we need to have inside. Probably it will need Nginx like we have on Eli and or Symfony. So ask that question to it today and on that ticket, that which is the requirement for the Linux server, Ubuntu with Nginx and or just a Node running. Okay, in the end, when Warab and Rama told you what we need, probably it will say the same that we have on Symfony or on Nelly. So it's Nginx with Node and Passenger. The most easy way to do this is do a clone. Go to Symfony or Lely, do a snapshot and create a clone. That is very easy. Select the instance, make a clone, a snapshot, then create a new instance from that snapshot. And when you are logging, when it's up, change the host name to a host name, I don't know how we'll call it, maybe API1, I don't know. Ask Rama what up the host name, and then check the Nginx configuration, and okay. After that, the only thing left, it will be Rama and Warab working in the code, because they need to create the code and so to put the repo on the directory to Nginx do the forwarding to the code, have anything. So probably Rama, we will ask for a server with Nginx, a passenger. So just do a snapshot and do a clone, change the host name, change the Nginx configuration, and start working from there. It will not be complicated. The only thing that you need some hours to understand how everything is connected, but you will be able, because it's not complicated. Okay, so right now, Doug, check the cost price, check this page and do the estimation, read something about Redis, and then try to put on this diagram the force server and the load balancer, and here on the left of VNDB, put the Redis instance with the connection with the server, so it's not complicated. Okay, what else? Okay, start. We did that. So the cost estimation and the diagram and the conference page. So any question, I will help you. But Rama told me that he wants you take the lead of this, so you will need to put some hour on this and start working.
Okay.
Okay, and so this is the priority. Forget about everything. We will show you about Rundeck and all the another stuff, but the priority right now is this.
Okay.
So let's talk only for this one. It is the most important part. Okay, let me start with doing the video recording, because I did not record right here.
So maybe today or tomorrow I need to have the cost estimate first and try to add the network diagram. So you
Yes.
have me to review first and
exactly. Do the cost estimation, and then we will talk and we will review. And then we can show to Rama and what they say. So, yep.
So,
all right. I don't know if it's really important to see right now Rundeck, because we need to prioritize this. You need to put work on this right now. So, I changed my public IP, so I will not be able to log into Rundeck. But like I said, Rundeck right now is not important. We need to focus on this priority. Also, for Rundeck, is very easy. Rundeck, for Rama asked me to explain every job, but it's not necessary to explain every job. The best way you to learn is go to Rundeck, go to a job and see how it's set up. Which step the Rundeck job, which task or command execute, and you will understand how the job work. That is the best way to learn.
okay.
Because if I show you exactly every job, it's not the same.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same. If you go alone and check every job, you will learn double. You will learn a lot more that if I show you from me. Do you understand that part? It's like when someone do a troubleshooting, when you do some troubleshooting and trying to find the root cause of something, you learn a lot of different stuff because you work on this and do it googling and check and different web page forum, and in the middle you learn a lot of different stuff. You understand what I am trying to say?
Yeah, got your point.
So yeah, exactly. You need to to sit down and walk around and do some reverse engineering and check how is the stuff set up, and you will learn much more that from me that you are alone. You understand that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So now I need
Yeah.
to focus on the new task that Rama said this morning, and
Yes.
from that I will have look later, and if I have question I will ask you. So now I need to focus on the priority task first.
Yes. Focus on this new ticket and ask on the ticket. Put a comment to ask what do we need on the Linux, Nginx and Passenger. Put the comment. We need exactly the same that we have on Nelly or on Symfony, Nginx and Passenger. Do that question. They will understand. And also ask Rama if they want to run the refresh career on production. Exactly that we did on staging, but do on production. So we need to start the server for production, the clone for production. Do you remember that was stopped? This server. Do exactly the same that you did last night, the refresh career, but now if Rama say okay, do on this server. Job 1, clone. Now, let me start it, the instance. If Rama say yes, please run the refer career on production, log in here and do all the process that we do yesterday. Okay?
Okay. So we need more time to discuss. So what's your free time? So if I have question or have point to you.
Yep. Okay. So any question, send me a Slack message, but start working on that, on the cost estimation and the diagram. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Doug.
Thanks.
And remember to ask Rama if he want to run on the refresh career on Pro and follow all the steps that we did yesterday, but on production. Do the backup, etc. All the steps. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Doug. Bye bye. See you.
See you.